Hello, my name is Scott. I've been on the Foundry subreddit for a little bit, and I've seen a number of people asking about how to make maps that are bright outside but are dark in indoor places such as inside buildings. I didn't know how to do it either, but I had heard the Perfect Vision module can do it, and so I went to the Perfect Vision module, and I found the developer has a great description, text description of exactly how to accomplish this. I thought I'd create a little video so you can see it in action. I find videos help me, at least for the first time, so maybe this will help you too. I'm using a map here from Tactical Map on Patreon. This is a great city map, but there are a ton of indoor places that could benefit from having indoor vision or indoor lighting compared to the outdoor scene. So we have our character Marin here. Marin is a human without dark vision, a little bit injured from our previous game. The first recommendation of the module developer is that you set up unrestricted vision for the scene. So that's what I've set up, unrestricted vision for this scene. That means that Marin can now see across the entire map, some 130 feet or so, but vision is still constrained by all of the walls that I've pre-populated. Now we're going to set up dark vision or dark lighting inside these couple buildings here, a little safe house that all the windows have been boarded up in. It's very dark inside, and Marin without dark vision should have a hard time seeing inside that. So, first step after setting up unrestricted vision range for the scene is to create a polygon. We're going to be using the drawing tools. So maybe we'll start with you can use the polygon or the square. It's recommended you don't use the freehand drawing. And I'm going to create a box right here. Perfect. Now inside this box, you can adjust lighting using Perfect Vision. We have to first turn on Perfect Vision. Perfect Vision is now active for this box. And we want to turn off unrestricted vision range inside here. So this would mean use unrestricted vision range, which the whole scene is already doing. So we want to turn that off. And we have to override it because it's different from the scene, right? The scene we turned on unrestricted vision range. Inside here, we want restricted vision range, so we have to override it. We also want it to be dark in here, so we're going to set our darkness quite high, and we are going to override that as well because it's different than the scene. The scene is bright. The scene has brightness set to 0 right now, or darkness set to 0. I want darkness to be 1 here, and we can update the drawing. Now you can see already it's dark in there. If I was to bring Marin over here to that place, Marin can't see in at the moment. I've given Marin 5 feet of dark vision so that we can see at least a little bit around her. And as we go in and close the door, we can see that vision it's very claustrophobic in this little shelter in here. And out we come. Now that's great. It's worked. But imagine trying to do that for all of these buildings. That would get tedious to have to adjust every setting every time. The module developer recommends that you do something, I almost think of it like a light switch. You basically configure the settings for one, oh, cat's going crazy behind me. You configure the settings for one drawing and, oh, yes, cat's playing with bells. You configure the lighting for one drawing and set it as the parent, and then all other drawings Okay, and I'm back. The cat has successfully caught the ball it wanted to. Now it wants to tell me about it. So you set the settings as like a light switch, a parent drawing with all the lighting that you want on that setting, on that one particular drawing, and then you tie all of the other drawings to that parent. Let me show you how it's done. The module developer recommends that essentially you make a text box. In here you could put, what is this going to control? It's going to control all the indoor lighting. And if we go to the lighting tab, we're going to turn on Perfect Vision. We're going to do our override of unrestricted vision. We're going to set our darkness to full and override it and update that drawing. Now you can see if I bring Marin out here, Marin has unrestricted vision, of course, because we're outside the map, but Marin can't see in here because it's darkness. So that's great. This has the settings we want. Now what we can do is set these, any other drawing. We can, in fact, I'm gonna delete this drawing entirely. We're gonna create a new drawing, and we can set it to get its settings from this. So we'll edit it, go to lighting, we'll turn on perfect vision, and we can specify a parent. Now you can see this ID number is referring to this drawing. We want to see the ID number for this one. It's right here, BJXOX. Ironic. So here I'm 12. For the parent, we can now set BJXOX, this indoor lighting over here, to be the parent, and this will now get its settings from it. As you can see, it immediately went dark. If we turn off the parent controls, that's so ironic, parent controls, it goes light when it goes dark. So now all we have to do is create as many drawings as we want. I'll create another one here. And each one, we point it to the parent. We go into the lighting, we turn on perfect vision, we set the parent to this one, which is that indoor lighting, and update it. And each drawing that we do now will have the settings of this indoor lighting parent right here. As Marin goes inside, it's dark, bright as she comes out between the buildings, and dark again as she goes inside the next one. Now the last thing that I'd recommend doing, that the module developer recommends doing, is you can get rid of these blue lines. Now I think there's two ways to do this, but I haven't confirmed that they both work, so give this a shot. The first one would be you could go to your drawings and go to the lines part of it, and you could set the line opacity to 0. Bam, that works. You no longer see the lines, but the lighting inside is still there. Other way that I think you can do it is if you right-click the drawing and set it as invisible, toggle visibility state. The DM will still see the lines, but I'm pretty sure the players do not. The lighting still takes effect, I think. You'd have to confirm that. I don't have a player window up to check that, but I'm pretty sure that that's how that works. So now you could go and create all your polygons across the map, and you could set the parent for all of them to be this ID right here, BJXOX, or whatever ID you have for your indoor lighting parent, and you set it across the board. And the nice thing about this is, let's say you decide, you know what, it's too dark in all of the buildings. I want to adjust all of the buildings to be just a little bit lighter. By adjusting this one, you adjust them for all of them across the whole map. Dragon comes in, knocks the roof off of all the buildings. Now it's daylight inside all of them, just like the rest of the scene. I hope you've enjoyed this. My name is Scott. My cats are Athena and Starbuck, and they have been terrorizing me as I've been trying to make this, but they're lovely. Hope you have a good night.